Oh no.
First off, rest in peace, neighborhood Nip. I ain't crip, but I'm on that neighborhood shoot. Building business, it's that black owned. If you hustle, better hustle till your pack gone. If you work, better work till your back hurt. And if you rap, make it better than your last verse. Yeah, more lyrics. Stick and move, Javante Davis.
AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, Buchanan, Bethel High School, by way of Three Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, Faith Overseer.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the Three Man Weave.
Yes, sir. Welcome back, everybody, to your favorite pod, the Three Man Weave podcast. We are back with a brand new episode 190, which means we 10 episodes away from 200 in this. So that means your boy's been out here. We've been trying to change the narrative for a good little while now, and we want to just send a special thank you to everybody that's been rocking with us for however long you've been rocking with us. If you've been here from the jump, if you just got here, either way, we still appreciate you. So do us a favor, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that thumbs up, because it really does help us. And I'm 1/3 of the Three Man Weave, one of your favorite hosts, your boy Buchanan. Who else I got with me?
You already know who it is. You got your boy AJ, Mr. Sober to the day that just for a couple of days.
I
ain't really about to put that expectation on myself. But make sure you check us out at all these damn places that you can check us out. On Instagram at 3manweave_, on Twitter at 3manweave_, on Facebook, 3Man Weave in the Facebook groups. It's a great sports podcast. You're gonna see our logo, and that's how you know it's us. You got a lot of people out there that have that may try and do some 3Man Weave stuff, but it's only official if you see
the tissue.
that gradient color of those three men going from light to dark. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know it's us when you see all three of us, man. And make sure we doing our 4 minutes with the four. So if y'all give us questions, we will discuss it on the podcast. Definitely. So you can hit us up, at all those places, Instagram, Twitter, in the Facebook group, but you also can just send us an email directly. If you send that email and your question to podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Put something in the subject so we know it ain't no spam. And if you need to, y'all can hit Hill directly. At the end of the show, I will be posting his number in the comments for everyone to be able to hit Hill directly with all your questions. So let's get started, man. You left us with some homework.
I did, man.
After last week's episode, and you said, "Hey, watch the new house party."
Mm-hmm.
Why did you do that?
I did that because it's one of the first remakes that I've respected, because I normally don't like remakes. And I think what I liked about this remake is they didn't try to hit those same exact bells and whistles. I think a lot of times when people do remakes, they go and try to follow the very exact same blueprint. Like, oh, he got in a fight at school, or then he got in trouble when he got home, then he snuck out. Like, make it different. You feel what I'm saying? But make it around the same premise. And I felt like if you do that, you allow yourself room for growth, for a new audience to come in and be a fan of the franchise, instead of being nailed down to people expecting to see the very exact same thing, which you see a lot of times in remakes, is just different people playing the very exact same characters. And in this house party, they weren't even the same characters, which is one, I like that point about it. Two, did you watch it before I say this?
Go ahead.
Two, I just like the fact that the two leading characters could actually act and have done some acting prior to this.
Okay.
What Kid and Play, you feel what I'm saying? We like them at that time because they were just stars to us, but they really were not talented when it came to acting. So that's one thing that I liked about it. And like I said, they got away from the blueprint. I actually thought the movie was like, I was like, I don't like remakes. I don't even want to see it, but end up watching it with somebody and was like, yo, this is actually decent. Like, I have to put this in the category of remakes that I respect. What's up, Hill?
What's up with y'all?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's up? Got the club fired up. But so my thing is, like, I really dislike remakes.
I'm with you on that
because
why?
It's lazy.
It's very lazy. Kind of.
It's an easy cop out.
Did you hear the points that I said, Hill?
I missed that. Came up when you finally watched it.
It's like they want to follow the very, like, oh, he went to school, he got in trouble. You see what I'm saying? Like, they try to follow that, and it's normally just a different actor saying almost some of the same things, just a different way. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Some remakes do, or sequels. I know we don't want to talk about that, but AJ and I talked about this pre-show. Some sequels are so far in between that they're almost like a remake, which gives them like new life. For example, the Avatar one, like it's the second Avatar, but it's like dang, like remakes. I mean, sequels are normally like boom, 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 like Scream 1, Scream 2, like, well, all right. And
Scream 6 is about to come out now.
Yeah.
No, matter of fact, it is out.
And matter of fact, wasn't it a remake one just came out? It's just called Scream.
Yeah. I think
they are saying that that's really good too. Matter of fact, so we got
Scream 6 that just hit theaters. Fourth Man Nigel, he told me to go check it out. He said it was pretty good.
So it is 6, or is it just Scream?
Yeah, it is Scream 6. But they also came out with a TV show. So I don't know if they came out with this shit's almost like Halloween. Like, goddamn, where are we in this story? Because like Halloween, they had Halloween 1, like 1, 2, 3, Halloween 360. Then they skipped
the 20.
Was it H2O? Then they had the Rob Zombie Halloween. And then you got all the different Texas Chainsaw Massacres. Yeah, but one thing that you said, Cannon, is how you said like you did like how this group like these two leading characters were actually actors. But the one thing that I do think that I like about a lot of our, hood classics, we don't call them cult, we call them hood classics.
Yeah, fact.
We call them hood classics. Is some of them you may not have had the best actors, but that was so early in a lot of their careers.
That's a good point.
And it launched them to other plats. Like it was almost an outlet to allow them to get bigger, because
I like
you look at Cube Vision, you look at Friday, you like look who was in
a
Friday.
Lot of people, man.
When you go back and you start to realize, like, damn, you had Bernie Mac in there, you had AJ Johnson, you had Chris Tucker, you had John Witherspoon, then you go on to Mike Epps, and it just goes and goes and goes, and it's almost like that's like our entryway into everything
really
else.
A renaissance. He's really a renaissance man. Like, he don't get the credit he deserved for. There's a lot of people with careers Cube gave their start to, man.
Of course, and like to think about Cube going from NWA, dropping No Vaseline, and then ending up making Are We There Yet? Are We Done Yet?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Barbershops, come on now.
Exactly. And so to me, it's almost like that's what I'm saying when it's just like stuff like that.
It was a launching pad.
That's a launching pad.
In the hood launched him.
So yes, Kid and Play, to us, we knew Kid and Play.
Yeah.
But they actually, like, after the house parties and all that, they became those figures. And so that's why I enjoyed that. And even with the remake, when they use like, they kind of started like using immature and stuff like that. To me, that was an opportunity to use some younger black actors who are trying to, get that platform and then, get there. But with those remakes, that's where they just trying to like reel people back in. And that's why sometimes I feel like remakes are lazy, because I can tell you're just doing the money grab. It's like, let's just like literally remake it. Let's take this same premise, we'll put it in a more modern day, grab some people that people recognize and put it in there, instead of kind of actually putting time and effort into it. And it's not even necessarily where you got to put money into it, but if you actually give us something that is relatable and still kind of fresh and updated, we could do that. Just like, from that time, we had Boys in the Hood, Don't Be a Menace, and all those things too. And they're similar stories, but it kind of takes you in different ways. Different things happen, and it doesn't just feel like it's just a bite off of something. Dead president, stuff like that. You have these things where it's just like, okay, that's great, but also
Dead Presidents was classic to me. That was elite acting, though, man. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, and to me, I think it's a way for us to show we can do these things, and like
they killed that joint, bro.
Yeah. But when you talk about those back in the days, those were, let's say, those movies were original, right?
Right.
But my whole issue is okay. Now when you lay the foundation, you build off of it. Like with anything, everything you can trace back anything that we do now. You can trace back to what we done in the past.
Of course.
Either sports, music, everything. We've seen this before. Like I say, we compare artists now to older artists, and those artists were compared to those artists. Those songs, the songs that they made then were compared to those songs that they made then. My point is with remakes is you can modernize the story. Like you can take the foundation and modernize the story, and we will be okay. Like if we took
like a Space Jam.
But see,
no,
I know what you're saying.
Because you can do it right. Because look at Bel Air. Bel Air is Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
And what did they do?
It's completely different.
But the foundation,
is the same.
It's the exact same. It's just modernized. Like
but they're not sticking to everything. They was not afraid to break the mold. You feel what I'm saying? Like Carlton's
they also took into an entirely kind of different lane. So
they modernized it though. That's what Hillary's job is. To Hill's point, they've made it agree with the times, and they didn't force anything from the foundation that wouldn't fit. They didn't just force it to fit. Like Ashley's not a big role because it's kind of for an older crowd. You feel what I'm saying? This is for a more older crowd than the previous one was for. It was for more of a family crowd.
And here's my thing, and another reason why I don't like remakes. A lot of things, like you said, come from a certain foundation. A lot of things will have similarities from things that have happened in the past. But we do not have to just say, hey, we're going to remake this. Just do something new and add your own flair to it. And then when you say, when you don't put that remake title on it, it doesn't make in people's mind think, oh, it's gonna be this, but newer. No, like just do what you do. Like just like when people talk about what was it? The shit with the Sunken Place. What movie was that Jordan Peele did?
Get Out.
Get Out. So Get Out. When I saw that movie, to me, I wasn't as impressed as other people were, because I'm like, I kind of seen this plot before with the skeleton key. But it's not like I can understand it because they didn't say, oh, we about to remake the skeleton key. You get what I'm saying? And so when you do that, it's just like, okay, it's like, why do that? And then you can at least, and then it at least allows you to not compare it, because like now some people are like, damn, it's a remake. I thought I was gonna see this. You know what I mean? And it allows people to separate it. Just like when we talk about like, oh, you know, this is gonna be the next Michael Jordan. Well, now I can't separate this person from Michael Jordan. because every time I see him, like, nah, this ain't Michael Jordan, dog.
And that's the problem, because once they name it certain thing, your mind goes in a certain place. Right. So if my whole thing is, if they would just call it, if house party, this modern day house party that Brian was part of, if they'd have called it Kickback, and then later on after we saw the movie, it was like the inspiration was house party, we just said, we understand.
I see what y'all was doing.
We understand it now. Like it's just think about why you don't listen to Wayne albums no more, because you have the Carter in your mind. So now when the Carter 6 happened, you like, bro, I can't listen to the Carter because the Carter series is, I know Carter 2. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When the Game dropped documentary 2, we like, bro, hold on, bro. Like you had the documentary, bro. Like now we listen to the documentary 2, we holding it to that standard.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But if
the expectation has been set.
But if he'd have just called it the book,
and to your point, AJ, there's a lady who did classics like that. The lady that created The Matrix and The Terminator.
Right.
Instead of her linking the two together, she separated it to get you to buy into something completely different, and then tell people to after the fact, like, this is really what it was. That's the continuation of that. So It's like
you have those similarities, but it's just like, oh,
but if she would have said Terminator 5 right at that point, we would have said, nah,
like, bro, this shit getting whacked.
Yeah.
It's the same shit that I tell Hill every time I go to the movies. Why am I still seeing Fast and Furious preview?
Bro, we had
like,
a
bro,
whole
come on, dog. Like,
bro, that shit is ridiculous at how many they're doing, bro. They done a lot since Paul passed at this point.
Right, bro. But see, we about to move on. But the problem is, like, say y'all are more movie buffs. Like, say so if you see, I don't even know what Skeleton Key is. So me going to see Get Out is, I'm going to see Get Out. You know what I'm saying? But you went there and you say, oh no, I'd have seen this before. Like the same thing when you went and you seen Takers before, right?
Right.
You also seen The Town, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is the story the same?
Bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like, how different can heist movies really get? You know what I mean? So to me, it's just like
that's why I don't see scary movies. I don't watch scary movies at all.
Because they scary movies really bore me at this point, man. And at one point, and this one's not even really scary, it's more of a suspense, was the Saw. And not even now, but back like when the Saw was first dropping, like Saw
it was
1
so
and 2,
different.
That did pique my interest. But it's like scary movies is like, bro, I need a movie with with a plot twist, some deep, bro. Game of Thrones really ruined me. Like, I be looking for real deep plots and.
But that's another thing about scary movies is a lot of the scary movies, especially now, they get lazy because instead of going, trying to give you all of that there and make it like a rated R scary movie where you can actually go into it, get stuff that's going to get people like enthralled in it. Like, hey, we're gonna give you a PG-13 movie, so we're gonna run by the same format. A family move into a house, this and that. You can always tell when something's about to happen. You can tell by, like, especially if you are familiar with the movies, when certain things are about to happen. And like the old slasher movies, hey, whoever's fucking, y'all finna die.
Yeah.
But we know.
Or whoever leave and say, I'll be right back.
But like watching Blackish, doesn't that remind you of the modern day Cosby Show to a certain extent?
But I'm fine. But see, that's what I'm saying. I'm fine with that because guess what? All of it is very similar. Shit, my wife and kids, Blackish. All of these things have these certain elements, but they're different. Mm-hmm. And then they allow you to attack different things, like My Wife and Kids. You got Fresh Prince.
Dre ain't nothing like Cosby, man.
Yeah, so it's just like
Dre ignorant, bro.
they all have their aspects of things that will keep you in, like, ingrained into the show, but it's fine because it doesn't feel like a repeat, because also it's like it's not like it's biting off of anything.
All I'm saying is, like I said,
and My Wife and Kids,
use your creativity. If you're in this position, use your creativity, but the foundation is there. Like, you seen what worked. I understand you seen what worked, use it, but like I said, just use your creativity. Like, I wouldn't mind to see a modern day version of Brothers.
Yeah,
You know, I wouldn't mind to see that. Like I said, we going through other. It's like we got people going through other stuff. Like you can make it a female version. Like it's other things.
They have it. Waiting to exhale. Like you feel
what I'm saying? Hey, look, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Exactly. Like brothers is a bite off. Like brothers is a male version of waiting to exhale.
Pretty much.
You see, but you see
what
I'm saying.
That's my point. And so like
we on the same page. We on the same page.
The last thing that I'll say, because I just want to talk about the creativity. Can we stop getting drug dealer shows?
That's a big part of our community, bro. I'm sorry.
But there's other things really too.
Though.
We got a lot, bro.
Bro, it's a lot.
It's Power, Snowfall, BMF. That's
Godfather of Harlem.
But that ain't really a drug show, man. Everything is like drug is the last thing that they dealing at. You know what I'm saying? That's more about Harlem for real, political, Malcolm X, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It does have others. Cannon has a point. It does have other elements in it, but we do know the foundation. Y'all both are correct. Because we do know who he is.
So what I mean by that is, and I like this is stuff that I don't want Tyler Perry to be the only one that is doing non-drug dealer shows for Black Hollywood. You get what I'm saying?
He don't. And here's another point. He's doing shows about fictitious characters. So all of, except for Power, those are fake characters. But all the rest of the ones are real people. Shows about real people.
I get that.
But that's what they left. So those people who rose up in those times were people who had to make a way out of nothing, and that's what they left us. So it's like if you're talking about 1940s and 50s, like you're gonna have to make a story about a Bumpy Johnson because that's how stuff happened in Harlem. You feel what I'm saying? From somebody like him making it move. So it's like BMF is a you know what I mean? Definitely like. It's based off a true story. Of course, what we see ain't all true, but it's based off a real person. So it's like, these are the things that we want to see. So it's like, they only going to show us what we watch.
Yeah, because what would you rather see before we move on?
So there's other stuff. So just how they came out with Woman King and stuff like that. They can do shows like that. And if we can get the writing, we can have a Black version of Game of Thrones. We could do something like, doing a TV series on Francois Louverture. Like you could do stuff where it's stuff like that. Overthrowing the French government and going to war with the French government as a Haitian nation, stuff like that. We could do that too.
Go ahead and do it. Let's do it, man.
Oh, I'm down. Like
giving up too much stuff on the air, man.
Oh, don't worry about it. I got. I'm gonna talk to you. I got some. I have something in mind.
Facts.
But yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. We'll talk about the least interesting tournament first.
I disagree, man. I'm excited for this, man. I said prior to this, I'm sick of the same old, bro. And this is a breath of fresh air for me. And this is what I've always said is the beauty of the NCAA tournament. It's the most purest form because you're gonna, other than the blue bloods who before NIL had more money and could just attract far superior talent. Now with the NIL and things being the playing field being even, like, bro, we're gonna see if you get to the dance. You know what I'm saying? This is what we got. We got San Diego State. Mm-hmm. Come on, we got UConn. Well, what you want? Like this for Hill? You should be you better not say nothing bad about this Final Four here.
I like only did, like I said last week, but it was about the lack of stars. Like the lack of star power was the reason why I wasn't watching college basketball.
That's very true.
No, during the season was the reason why I watch it. I don't give a damn if I don't know not one player or no team. I'm watching the tournament.
Oh, facts.
And
I ain't saying that. I ain't coming for that. But I'm just saying, like,
I would just have to make that clear distinction.
Good that we have these teams in there, and UConn is technically a blue blood, so you get your, you know what I'm saying? You get your cake and eat it too, Middle America. So it's like I don't think anybody can be upset. Like it's been a hell of a tournament.
So the reason why I say it's the worst tournament because there is this lack of star power. Yes, you have UConn, which is technically a blue blood, but
technically,
to me, there isn't like usually when you have that star power, you have the storylines that build the intrigue. Like I think we talked about it last episode where you have like, oh, like say Alabama and Houston made it, then you could be like, oh, Brandon Miller versus, like these lottery picks going against each other. Is this going to help propel someone to the number 1 overall pick? Things like that, where it's like the storylines within the basketball can matter. It could be, Coach Cal versus Tom Izzo, who's gonna, rise up to that next level. So it's like, is Jim Larinaga the most like, like legit coach left?
Yes.
And so it's just like, okay, it's cool. And
that's a story though, bro.
Thank you, Lil. It's
a story.
Coach Cal, when's the last time Coach Cal been Cal? And so it's like
when the last time Coach Cal been Cal?
I'm sick of them, bro.
I'm not asking
get
for
somebody
them.
else.
I'm saying the storyline, like of the excitement, just like I haven't been watching all season because like it hasn't been grabbing me. So now in the tournament, is it really going to grab me from there? Like, am I like, can I see, like, what am I going to see? And even, at least sometimes, even if you could see one of those college players who's going to cement themselves, in the legacy, and they may be on a blue blood, like back in Shabazz Napier. Yeah, he undersized, but hey, as a college player, he is giving me what I want. I think the closest we got was like the Marquise Noel dude, but he was like 37. And then Drew Timmy, he been playing since the Great Migration.
I mean, everybody 40 on San Diego State.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's just like
that's that thing.
So to me, it's like, damn, we got these old ass teams, and ain't nobody really like stepped up as a star. Like, can we at least get so
team-oriented basketball, man.
Of course.
I don't know how to say his name. The Miami coach name, but like I said, him getting to getting to the Final Four twice with 2 different teams is definitely a story. Like we can't.
Of course.
Florida Atlantic, this is the furthest they've ever been in the tournament. That's a story.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? San Diego State, even though everybody's 40 on that team, like you say, this is a story. Like you say, UConn, like you say, and UConn is still one of those teams that everybody knows. So we happy to see them there, even though I am a fan. It's just the fact that these games have been competitive. These boys been going at it. Like I said, we are lacking the star power, but we are not lacking in the entertainment factor. Like you say, this is what you asked for, and when it comes to the tournament.
And there's stories that we don't know about. So the Fairleigh Dickinson coach, right? He used to coach a school called Stat, right? And they played in the Eastern Coast Conference with UDC. And I did their games, bro. And he dominated this conference, right? Couldn't get jobs for years. He gets the Fairleigh Dickinson job, upsets people first round. And now he's the new coach of Iona, bro, which is a legitimate basketball school. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the dance did that for him. And it's almost messed up because Fairleigh Dickinson only had him for 1 year, but it's like he put years in the ECC and just got overlooked because it's a smaller conference. But his coaching style is, you know what I mean? If I could take it to another conference, you see the winning right away. Now we're going to get to see what he do in Iona. So it's a lot of good stories. And if they don't make the tournament and they don't make that push, none of that happens. So it's like, you know what I mean? It ain't the bigger names that we used to, but I think we had a change of guard, right?
Yes.
And this is another factor. I don't know if y'all going to agree with me. We're at a time now where we know too much about the incoming high school class, right? And that kind of is a lot of those players are exciting, and we're kind of more interested in those players than regular season college basketball. And that's just the way that the media drives. And I know we don't really follow traditional media, but it's like if you pull up your phone, it's like those high school players are plastered everywhere, more so than some players who've already established from college teams.
But and that's also one of the issues I think that is drawing attention and excitement out of college, because we like with this like the social media highlight culture, it puts these players in our face, 2-3 years before they even get to high school. And then they get to high school and it's just I mean 2 to 3 years before they get to college. Then they get to college and then they get lost because they don't like they're still a freshman, and some of these dudes, they were good in high school, but there is a jump in competition when you get to college. Then they get lost and we don't ever hear about them again. And then maybe one of these days it's like, oh shit, there you go, playing for Arkansas. I didn't even know that. And he ended up at Arkansas because that's just who gave him the most NIL. And it's just like, oh damn, I ain't really expect them to go to Arkansas. They ain't really like one of the programs. So I don't really follow them.
NIL is gonna get a lot of people in a place where they get the money, but they ain't gonna get no exposure to help their career, and they're gonna be stuck.
The biggest example I actually saw today, Mikey Williams. The fuck, he not in college yet. Like, bro, I've been hearing about Mikey Williams for
he should have went to Howard, bro.
Years.
He could have went to Howard and really changed the game, bro.
But here's my thing.
He's like 30.
But as Mikey Williams has like gone up his years in high school, his ranking has come down. I'm not like, I believe he's still a 4-star, but at one point I believe like they was talking about, oh, he the next one, 5-star, this and that. But as time has gone on, he's played more basketball. His ranking, like he's dropped in the ranking. So it's like we put those expectations on him so young, and it's just like, hey, you still have a ton of growing to do. And I think one of the things also is he ain't growing. Like, there is a difference when it's just like, all right, when you are
everybody else is
a 6'1", 6'2", combo guard, they look at you a little bit different. When everyone else, like the way the game is starting to go, and you got point guards out here that's 6'5", and next thing you know, hey, you ain't as athletic as you was when you was 13.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean?
Playing against 13-year-olds, you playing against grown men now.
You was 13 and had an early growth spurt and went through puberty sooner than everybody. So you were a little bit faster, stronger, and everybody started catching up with you. You're still good, but you're just not as good as we thought. And so that's why I think, hey, this highlight culture is putting a lot of expectations on a lot of people. And especially with this AAU stuff, it's hard to evaluate who's good at what, because like, hey, bro, what actually are y'all good at outside of just playing iso ball and taking step back threes and jumping real high? Do you possess any other skills?
Nope.
And so I think when it comes to college basketball,
that's really was the first NIL. That was the first NIL. That's why I ain't even gonna name drop because some of those people actually went to jail. But that's why some of those people. That's why Rick Pitino lost his job. I will name drop that one because he's a large figure.
He got a job.
That's why he got
Joe's next, right?
Huh?
And he going to St. Joe's?
Yeah, he going to St. John's. He went away, he redeemed himself. So it's like, but that's what got him in trouble. Like these high school kids and these kids in AAU, bro, giving these kids money. There was money under the table, but it essentially was NIL. Like play for this team, get into this program, and see it through. Go be a feeder for this college or this program, and it was like it's big money. And talk about the gambling, bro. The amount of gambling. I seen a Brian Gumble special a few years back, and this is about Pee Wee football, bro. Like in California, they was really gambling on. Like,
nah. So the illest show ever on TV was Friday Night Tykes.
Friday Night Tykes.
Yo, I used to be hooked on Friday Night Tykes, bro. That shit was elite,
man.
But who y'all got?
Man, I'm gonna do this here for I'm going with San Diego State and Miami to go to the championship, man.
I got UConn and Florida Atlantic.
I can't root for UConn just because hell a UConn fan.
I just want the whole system to go kaput. So I'm just taking FAU to win it all. I want them Boca boys to go ahead and do it. Go ahead and win it. And
that'll prove my theory.
And just throw it all away. Be one of them Sweet 16s I mean, them Cinderella stories just
A
go
real
all the way and get
Cinderella.
A
just
real
go all the way and get it.
When's the last real Cinderella? Was it George Mason back in the day, or did they get clipped?
Yeah, they got clipped too. Yeah,
Butler got clipped. Did who? What Cinderella made it?
Texas Southern,
Glory Road.
Yeah, these Cinderellas don't win. They just they just get there.
They never get their slipper back.
Yeah. Who
I
we
feel
got
like there
next?
was a real Cinderella one year, man. Have to check the stats.
Oh, also Gonzaga, you blew it.
We knew that. Come on now.
Yeah, I know. We said this was your shot. This was your shot.
It was not your shot. Listen. I think man, Hills. It was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, bro. We got burnt by Gonzaga in one of our brackets. Never again, bro.
Nope.
Them and Georgetown. I don't care what seed y'all get. I ain't taking your past the Sweet 16, bro. Never.
So who we got? What we got next coming up? What we got next?
The real tournament.
Now we got some star power over here.
Yeah,
star power. Shorty was over there dropping 40, 20 on them. Like, come on now.
Come on now.
Triple dubs on them, like you say, triple doubles out here, like from hour. Like, come on now. And like she been doing it. She been doing double doubles and all that for pretty much the entire tournament. Like, you know, she legit. But them LSU girls,
yeah, they legit too.
Yeah.
And they got Kobe's, so you feel me?
And we already know about Louis Vuitton Don.
You dig?
Louis Vuitton Don. She gonna coach them girls.
Yeah,
she gonna coach them girls. I mean, of course, she got star power as well. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and cap me like I know about anything about Virginia Tech, but they in the Final Four, so they gonna get some respect. But off rip, like I said, we got some star power in here. Like I say, the storylines here in this Final Four is what you what you dream of.
Yeah, it ain't necessarily chalk, but it's damn sure close. You know, so I think
I'm going with Tech, man.
I think LSU gonna be a hard out, and I think
gonna be a hard out.
I'm going LSU versus.
They got to be somewhere.
I'm going Tech. Team ball, man.
We going SEC final here, and I'm going LSU versus South Carolina.
That would actually be tight.
I'm going with that, but I got South Carolina going on the way. I ain't going against Luke.
Bro, that squad, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, I definitely got South Carolina and Tech meeting in the chip, and then I'll save my Will we pod before the joint? No, they play Monday.
They play Friday. Oh,
no, before the championship, they will play Tuesday probably. So we might pod right before they join.
Before the women
will play Monday.
Yeah, the men play Monday. So yeah, it's Tuesday. So we could drop those right before.
Yes, I'm gonna reserve to see how everything play out because we might be wrong. You know how that go.
But never lost.
I'm definitely proud of the women's tournament, and I know we posted a clip from Bumani's game theory about the women holding it down. How about the rankings? I mean, the ratings are extremely high when it comes to female women's basketball. Like I said, I just hope it translates over, to the WNBA and keep it going. But I'm happy. I'm definitely proud of them.
I've always liked this women's tournament.
Yeah, but
they be hooping.
The women's college tournament has always, to me, I think the women's college tournament has always been pretty well viewed.
Format, bro.
It's the format, and then you also
basketball tournament format. You can't mess with it.
Well, the thing about women's basketball is we know we're going to always have a dominant player that's going to dominate the tournament, and we're going to always have a dominant team. Like nothing has changed. Like we used to get that in the men's.
What happened to your boy though? What happened to Gino?
And then
you a UConn women's fan?
Technically, yeah. I mean, the music was on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Also,
the music was on. I mean, and like you said, but normally they one of them final.
It's been a hell of a run though, so I can't even say when the last time Gino been Gino because he just was Gino.
It was recent. Like,
and you also and the thing about the women's tournament that also is exciting. It's almost like people who want to watch a Floyd fight. It's like, are they going to lose? It's always that juggernaut. Is South Carolina going to take a loss? Is UConn going to take a loss? Is Stanford going to take a loss? Is Baylor going to take a loss? So it's just like they have those things where it's just like it's built in where it's just like, bro, they on a 35-game win streak. Is this team gonna lose? Yeah. And do I am I gonna possibly witness history and stuff like that? And so
that's the one thing I hate about that 35-game win streak. You probably should have just lost right before the tournament, man. Because probability says like, dang, you do want.
Oh, and so when in sports, I always say you always want to go into the playoffs hot, bro. I was so nervous because we was on like a 7-game win streak going into the playoffs. I'm like, hey, bro, we can't.
How many more can you win?
Exactly. Like sometimes, like someday this shit got to drop, bro. And so it's like, bro, that first game against the Ravens with Tyler Huntley, I'm like, see, this is why we should have lost, man.
Yeah, man. That's a crazy streak.
Because to me, it's like when you do so good, how can you make changes and how can you be prepared for when you gotta adjust? You've never had to adjust really because you just be blowing everybody out. So yeah.
So we're gonna see. But I like that matchup, man. I feel like people sleeping on the Hawkeyes. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout.
Who just dropped 40, and I think she just dropped like 30 before that.
Come on now. I think South Carolina gonna pull out. Well, I want South Carolina to pull it out because I don't want to see this. I would like them to see them finish the streak. But I'm rolling with Tech.
Pull out if you finish.
Home team. You feel me? Yeah.
Well, let's move on. So, because we crunch the time, but let's move on to our next one. You know what time it is? Open the day. What is tomorrow?
They disrespecting us, B.
I believe. I think it's in 2 days. Oh, it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Oh no, dang! It's the 30th.
Yeah, it's in 2 days. It's in 2 days.
30th.
Oh. They disrespecting me, B.
How you figure? I mean, based off the all season,
bro.
Based off the all season, I kind of.
First of all, we should be ahead of the Mets and the Dodgers. We should be number 4 based off the off season.
So off season, bro. Off season. I can't say that because.
It's the first time I've been in 3 to 5 years. I've been comfortable with the pitching staff coming in.
True.
I get that. I can respect that, and I can respect that take. But yeah, go ahead.
It's like the off season, like the based off the off season that these teams have done. Like you say, like the moves that the Mets made.
They've elevated themselves into these spots.
The Dodgers has always go.
They gonna spend. And Cohen up there with the Mets, he said, "Hey, name your price. I got it."
Because I'm
and that type of stuff get you burnt though, man. So it's like
I'm considering it still the top. I'm considering all these teams right here, even though I think the Mariners are a little higher than usual.
Yeah,
I think all these teams right here are tier 1 teams, are top tier teams. So you can make an argument for everybody. Like you said, you can make a case, a real.
That's why I'm making my case for number 5. I feel like we should be, especially the way that LA ended their season. Like, come on now. So it's like,
I get it.
You should have went deeper last year with the team that you had. But so it's like,
absolutely.
That's got to count for something.
I just know for a fact I'm treating the Padres like I treated the Buffalo Bills. If you don't win it this year, you're never going to win it. I mean, barring health, obviously. But like, if this team is healthy with the pieces that they got, with the extension that they just gave, Machado, like stop playing. Like at this point, y'all got to get to the World Series. It's World Series or bust. You better get there. That's
tough, man. I mean, it's gonna be tough, man.
Bro, has any team bounced back from tanking like the Houston Astros? Like has any team bounced back from tanking like the Houston Astros? Like,
I don't think so.
Like they were great, and then tanked because all the cheating shit and had to just be like, all right, cool, my bad, y'all, we fucked
They
up. And
retooled right
now
up.
they just like it was like it was tanking done to perfection. Like everything worked, and you are amazing again now. How did that?
I think it's over though. I think their run is over. They're gonna definitely be a good team, but I think their run is over.
It's one of those things that everybody's on the same page, top to bottom. Like from the owner, from the GM, to the manager, to the players. Like, hey, we gonna all on one accord. This is what we gonna do. This is an organizational decision, and we gonna follow this thing to a T. And they did. Like I've never seen nothing like this before. Like you said, that's the quickest turnaround or the purposeful. Let's say purposely, like that. I don't get it, but I'm so sick of them.
Yeah,
Definitely
I wish they was back in the National League again. Like, I always ask for some realignment, and the one time that realignment happened, they put the next dynasty in front of us. Like, come on now, dog. Come on now, dog.
Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening.
Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening.
No straightening.
Well, I think we just made that time with the 4 minutes with the fours, 46 minutes.
But look,
God damn, we are good.
Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah. Before I did want to say, so this is why I think so. People are sleeping on the Yankees. So we got Garrett Cole, Carlos Rendon, we got Nestor Cortez. We got a decent bullpen. We got Trevino, we got Holmes, we got Marian Cieno, or however you say that. We got Abreu, but then we got Rizzo, we got Torres, we got Hicks, we got Bader. Now, my one, so it's like for the first time we have hitting and pitching. But the one thing that I don't like about the roster, but this can actually be fixed with in-season moves, is we have sluggers, bro. And at some point in the postseason, you just need to get on base. That's how you win those close games. In games where it's tied up going into the ninth inning, you can't always just rely on that home run to get you out of there. Sometimes if you just get a guy on base and then get another base hit, we can win that way. So it's like, got to get some people in there that could just get on base. And I truly think the Yankees are going to be a problem this year.
So I think you said kind of a bit of an oxymoron. It's like, people are sleeping on the Yankees. I don't believe that to be true. That's just like saying, ain't nobody paying attention to the Cowboys. But they may not believe in y'all because they don't want y'all to win, but ain't nobody sleep on y'all. Y'all go, soon as baseball start, y'all will be up there after y'all gonna be on segment C right after the Cowboys
for sure. We're gonna
Block
get the viewership now.
And the Lakers in Block B.
We're gonna get the viewership.
I think Stanton gonna actually live up to his contract this year.
But this is my one knock on him.
Late years Alex Rodriguez, where it's like finally get over that hump.
I finally adjusted to the Bronx. Like
that we pay him that, and you're just a designated hitter, bro. Like that's not valuable enough to me.
I understand.
Then you were injured a lot too. So it's like, bro, you can't field. Yeah. And we're gonna just pay people top dollar just to designate, and then we play an interleague game.
Analytics, man. They want to take all the other small shit. They want to take small ball out of baseball.
Interleague game, and we not using designated hitters. Then what? Then we can't even use
his ass on one of the corners.
The Dodgers will still be good, but they're vulnerable. They lost Trey Turner to the Phillies. Kershaw isn't an ace anymore. They could be beaten now. The Padres eliminated them last year. See, that's what you was talking about, Kaden. We should have been right. We should have been right higher. Like you said, they can be beat. And like you said, the Phillies is definitely one of the ones. Like you said, definitely getting Trey Turner is definitely, come on now. That's a key piece. But like you said, the in their own division, the Padres, bro, I'm telling you, the Padres about to do something. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you got all the expectations.
They do got the expectations, but
and they got to live up to it. I understand living up to expectations definitely ain't the easiest thing in the world, but they got a whole lot of games to get it together.
Yeah, plenty games.
Plenty games. So before we move on, you got in the World Series?
Man, listen, bro. Pull up that list one more time. Let me take one more list. Let me take one more look.
Gotcha. There you go.
I'm going Subway Series, bro.
Okay, but you just
listen. I just said we should be ahead of them. I done said that they ain't not good, bro.
I know. I stopped you.
Subway Series. So I'm going Yankees and the Mets, and you heard it here first, man. It was close to happening. It could have happened. It was close. So it's like,
you know, they
both teams got better. I feel like it's possible, man.
I ain't gonna use tripping. AJ, you go.
I'm going old throwback. I just talked about the realignment, so I'm going an old National League Central matchup, Astros Cardinals.
That would be tight.
So I think that's going to be a really good. I think that'll be a really good series.
Think Louis going to take us by storm?
Yeah, I think they're going to surprise some people. I got them knocking out the Braves in the NLCS.
That prediction so far away, bro. I can't even see it
yet. I'm going with the Yankees, of course. I believe we get over I believe we're going to match up again with the Astros in the playoff series.
I hope not, bro.
And we're going to get over that.
Altuve.
I'm hoping they go out before.
I feel you.
Altuve.
Hey.
I'm sick of them.
What Hitman Hart say? To beat a man, you got to beat the man.
Hey, but this time, look, if we do face Altuve, you better not be throwing
hot cheese.
Bro, it wasn't even hot cheese. We was throwing cheese that you and I could, and me, you and AJ could have got on base with.
Hold on, don't put us all three in the same conversation.
They threw, but what I'm saying is they threw him Altuve.
I'm in the comment.
A 75 mile per hour ball.
Let's hit the cages there.
Right through the middle of the plate, bro. And I'm like, what you expect? It's almost like that was rigged, bro. I'm in disbelief. No breaking ball. No curve, no nasty slider, bro. If it's the world, if it's the American League Championship, I'm throwing the nastiest slider. You ain't getting a look, bro. When we get deep into the rounds and your heavy hitters come out, I'm better off walking him, bro. Which is why I didn't understand. We had better management those years.
Yeah,
might have could have done something.
I got Yankees in the Padres. Like I said, this got to be the year of the Padres. Like I said, I did predict the Bills to get to the Super Bowl too, so I'm definitely gonna stay consistent.
Stay consistent with it,
you know. So hey,
Bills didn't even make it to the conference championship.
Let's see if Moneyball work.
Hey, let's see. Yeah, shut up. But that's like who. Yeah,
but AJ, what's up with your? Hold on. Before we go, like, what's up with your boys, AJ?
We gonna make the wild card. Don't worry about it.
All right.
You want to put a wager on that?
3 shots. What's happening?
All right. Remember that.
Yep.
3 shots.
3 shots.
I shake on that.
Okay.
If they make the wild card, I do 3 shots live on 3-man weave, bro.
Man, consecutively.
Yeah, back to back to back.
Okay, consecutively.
Hey, you gonna do it if they miss it?
Okay. See, you know, that ain't never stopped me.
He threw that consecutive in. I was about to say something wild, but that consecutive threw me. I'm like, okay.
Nah, because 3 shots consecutive gonna have somebody get cursed out on 3-man weave.
That's why I paused, because I was about to say if they make the wild card, I'm taking second shot. And then right when I was about to say that he's taking consecutive, I said,
yeah.
Let me not say that. That's thinking, no, I don't give a damn.
No, I'm just trying to figure out.
He'd be sipping on some sisters. All right, man. Let's finish it up with this, man. Your boy Lamar said he requested a trade in March 2nd. That was before the franchise tag deadline, right? Am I right?
Yep. The franchise tag came out a week later.
All right. So he made his request. They did not adhere to that request. They said, no, we tagging that ass. Pause.
Oh man.
But now it's like we still at a stalemate, and like I'm exhausted at this point, and I'm not even a Ravens fan, so I can only imagine what Ravens fans are actually going through when it comes to, like I said, I've dealt with this similar when Dak was going through his contract situation. Like I said, it is exhausting. But like at this point, the first question, do we believe that he's moving, he's getting traded?
Yeah.
So we do believe that, can it?
Absolutely.
I feel like if you ask for a trade, if my franchise guy asks for a trade, that means the relationship is severed. Why do I want to go into a season forcing somebody, my franchise guy, to play if he don't want to be here? If he ain't all in, get him out of here.
All right.
So the reason why I believe that is, bro, we've always said Lamar Jackson, regardless if he was the bottom of the first round, he was a first round pick. Negotiations opened 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, if negotiations opened 2 years ago, you know the market's going to go up. I'm only going to get more expensive. And guess what? I have gotten more expensive. And then Kyler Murray got his deal. You can't pay me no less than Kyler Murray. I don't care what we got going on. So don't talk to me about anything.
You can't pay me no less than Deshaun. I don't care,
bro. Even if so, here's my thing. No matter what kind of contract structure it is and how much the ultimate goal is, don't come to me with no guaranteed money less than $180 something with Kyler Murray.
I need more than the deviant, bro. There's no way you can reward a deviant and not a guy who ain't been in trouble, who been signed signatures and done all shook hands and kissed babies, all the stuff that you said that you wanted in the franchise guy. I did it. Now you're balking. So I truly do believe he's going. I don't believe that he's going to any of the teams on this slide, though.
So what's the team?
I'm going Patriots in a draft day deal.
So you believe
said it first?
So you believe that Bill Belichick is going to pay Lamar what he wants?
Why does he care, bro? It ain't his money, and he leaving out soon. This is last hurrah. Get Lamar 3 years. Let's try to win a chip, bro. Give him his guaranteed bag.
I definitely actually, now that Cannon mentioned that, I actually think it can be plausible because not because Belichick wanting to pay Lamar what he wants, but Lamar is the best chance for him to get a Super Bowl without Tom Brady.
Yes, it is, bro.
It is. And so with the defense that he deploys, bro, I don't care how dumb Billy O is. Hey, bro, you got Lamar. We've seen like them. Lamar can work with the receivers that they got out there. Yeah, we can see that.
And they got decent backs too. So it's like
Lamar with Ramondre Stevenson. I could definitely see that, but I definitely see Lamar going to New York, but the Jets to the Jets.
Well, I thought,
Why do you see that?
I thought Karen was going. I thought y'all told me a couple episodes ago that it was a lot for Karen to get there, man.
And they just said the other day they
still saying stuff here.
Yes, they still saying that.
Bro, they ain't signed this man.
And this is my point. Y'all keep saying shit and it don't happen.
They ain't signed this man yet, bro. And they made some moves, bro.
And here's my thing.
They let someone on their roster dictate moves that they make, and he's not on the roster.
Exactly. And that my point.
That was episodes ago,
bro. Yes. When it's like it's like what we just said about Eva Marcel. Like, damn, another one. It's like Halle Berry. Damn, another one. Hey, maybe that shit they saying might be true. And so to me, it's like, hey, at what point do the New York Jets be like, nah, this ain't
holding us hostage, bro?
Not even holding us hostage, because they can't agree with on the Packer stuff as well. But to me, the Jets got to at least be like, hey, can we get assurance from you? So like, if we can get assurance from you, we can just be fine and be like, all right, here are the protections. And like, don't worry about it. Don't damn all the protections and all of that stuff. Because he said he's not going to retire.
Assurance.
But that's my point.
From a crackhead.
But that is my point. Just when you start to trust them enough, you let them in their house and they steal your VCR.
Yeah, exactly. He definitely.
So my thing. So and what I've been preaching this whole time, hey, if you feel like you are a Super Bowl team, why are you trying to go after someone that you got to pay $60 million
to retire?
Like the first year that they get there, to try and help you win a Super Bowl when you your window, if you get a quarterback, is open. But you got Sauce Gardner, a potential All-Pro, on a rookie deal. You have, some young defense, like some other defensive players. You got DJ Reed back there. You got Quinnen Williams. And then on the offensive side, you got Garrett Wilson. You got goddamn Breece Hall coming off of that, ACL surgery. You got Tyler Conklin. Bro, if you
I hope Breece Hall be back too, man.
Nah, definitely. If you talking about, if you drop Aaron Rodgers in there, you are a Super Bowl contender. You drop Lamar Jackson in there, you are a Super Bowl contender. And I can make an argument.
Might be a
you the best, on paper, you the best team in that division.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, why are you trying to go through all of this? You're so willing to pay Aaron Rodgers $60 million for 1 year. You could give it, but you got an issue with saying, you know what? We'll trade two first-round picks for Lamar Jackson, pay him $50 a year, and we could at least have him for 4 years, 5 years, and extend this window.
See, but that's been my issue the entire time when it came to the Ravens, when it came to negotiation. Like, I get it that you don't want to pay the Deshaun Watson contract. Like, I get it. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I get whoop-de-doo. But
just
what you're not about to do is offer me less than Kyler Murray, bro. Like,
what you're not about to do is offer me less than Deshaun, bro. Like,
I get that.
We
bro.
get that.
I get that. And I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying when we starting negotiation, you're not going to start less than Kyler, bro.
I'm better than Deshaun, so I
no.
I don't want to lower myself so low.
We get that. We get that.
I'm
we talk about. Hold on, wait, Kenny.
We get we
100% get you. But
100%.
Pat Mahomes didn't do the same Kyler Murray when it was time for him, bro.
It's just the fact that, bro, we talk about starting negotiation. You go talk about 133.
Like where you start? Like
133. Stop it, bro. Like, stop it, bro. Like the number should have been 185. Like, that's how you start the negotiation. That's
because
how you
I'm
started.
getting 230.
Because I'm getting it. Because it's going to be funny. Like, we're not going to bat it out. Okay, I get it.
I'm not taking less than a damn. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't gonna say it.
The teams don't want to pay the Deshaun Watson contract.
I don't care about that.
I get it. So, but when Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow get $200 million, then what?
Exactly. And so it's like it's because it's Lamar. Now all of a sudden, nobody want to pay it. But when no one objected, if teams didn't want to set this precedence, then the NFL should have rejected that Deshaun. When you let it go through, that was precedent. So when I hear that they saying we don't want to set precedents, you've set precedents. You cannot go to court and say, hey, look this, here's the ruling from this case, but if it happens one more time, we'll have precedent. No, it already happened. It already is precedent. So that means that anybody with similar stats as Deshaun Watson, which were absolutely not elite last year, can get this type of money if they're a free agent, bro. So that's if I'm Lamar and I'm my own agent, I ain't budging from that, bro. Because
right.
That's even if I don't get it, I'm gonna be as close as I possibly can. And I ain't even talking no Kyler Murray money. No offense.
133 ain't close.
And like 133 is not close. And another thing is, Hill, you brought up Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. My thing is Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert shouldn't even be on the same pay scale.
Come on now.
And Justin Herbert shouldn't be on
Kyler Murray.
Exactly. Justin Herbert, if everybody want to talk about winning is how you get paid, then that's where Justin Herbert need to be, because remember when we seen Kyler Murray in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
He looked terrible. He tricked it. And Aaron Donald was out there. Hey,
don't kick a black man when he's down, man.
Bro,
we 8 times stopping.
He's already down. He's only 5'6". So that's my thing. So when, don't talk about Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert getting $200 million, but then you got a problem with Lamar Jackson.
But Herbert gonna get it. That's the real issue.
Exactly. Herbert's gonna get $200 million, but Lamar Jackson been to the playoffs more. Lamar Jackson is a unanimous MVP. Lamar Jackson has one of the best winning percentages since he has come into the league. And say what you want, like, oh, he was, he hasn't finished the season the last 2 seasons. Remember what I said last time? Their whole team hasn't finished the season the last 2 seasons.
Played, bro, didn't want to.
But that's the thing. And then people are holding that against him, saying,
I'm not.
I know, but the people who are against Lamar getting paid are holding that against him, saying, oh, if you wanted to get paid, you should have came back. No, motherfucker, if you wanted me to come back, pay me. You had 2 years to do this. Maybe last year you should have thought, damn, Lamar got hurt at the end of the season. We was the number 1 seed, and when Lamar got hurt, we went down the drain. Maybe you should be like, hey, let's lock him down. That way we can know what we need to do with our team, and we have the money freed up, and we can build a plan. How can we make our team better so Lamar can help us get to where we need to go?
But why are we ignoring the fact that he was actually injured?
That's my point. And to me, that's where, like I said, Lamar was injured. But if he had the money, I guarantee you he would have given it a shot. Because guess what?
He definitely made way more effort. I definitely gave
because I said it. He know that RG3 was out there on that rookie contract.
Why would I bet? If I don't have the money, why would I go out
RG3 there, was out there on that rookie contract, and they didn't have no plans on extending him. And they had Kirk Cousins waiting in the wing. So he was out here trying to prove to the organization, no, I'm your guy. I'm tough. You guys can rally behind me.
I would have been right at home with Lamar.
They had him out there with
season, bro.
They had him out there with that black ass knee brace, and then it popped. And guess what? He never was the same ever again. And so Lamar was like, no, y'all not going to do that to me.
And he personally wanted to show them, look, that's what a non-Lamar looks like.
Every single the last 2 seasons,
Huntley struggling just to
the last 2 seasons, Lamar had, like, the time that Lamar has been healthy, they have been the number 1 seed in the AFC at a point.
I was definitely on this wave. I was definitely thinking like the Colts.
Definitely not after what Ursay said today.
Yeah. His drunk ass, perk 10, Papa perk 10. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that your song?
That's why I said it. He didn't hear me.
He got a text. Yeah, he frozen.
He getting cussed out in that text. Boy, you see,
no, fuck, I ain't.
You see when somebody don't look up when.
Oh no, I was. Never mind.
But it was. But I was definitely on their way. I'm like, okay, Indy got. They got the. They could be able to get the 3rd quarterback in the draft. Now, why would I get the 3rd quarterback when I can go get Lamar Jackson? I was on that wave. I was feeling the rumors. I was feeling the momentum, and then Ursay talked today, and I was like, yep, that's over. That's over. And so, then. I was on the wave with Atlanta. I transitioned to Atlanta, and then they dumbass put the report that Desmond Ridder is going to be the star.
That's why I said, bro.
But here's the thing: that Desmond Ridder report shows me that they really gonna try and get Lamar.
Why is that?
Because they're not comfortable with Desmond Ridder going out there yet. I know they're not, because they would have let him done more with Mark. They wasn't throwing the ball with Marcus Mariota last year. They wouldn't give Desmond, and they wouldn't just say, all right, fuck it, Desmond Ridder, he can go out there and throw 5 passes in a game. Tim Tebow did that.
They was almost in the playoffs. They was almost in the playoffs with Marcus Mariota.
Make sure you say that when you mention Tim Tebow.
So it's like
they were almost in the playoffs, yes, but it wasn't because they were really beating people. The NFC South is the NFC South is ass.
That's my point.
Yeah,
but insert Lamar, they ain't ass no more.
Bro,
that's true.
You insert Lamar, they had the number 1 rushing attack. They got some pieces there. Like I said, remember I told you, I think it wasn't like that offense can be, bro. They have Kyle Pitts and do not know how to, they don't use him.
But they got Drake London too. So these are 2 of the best weapons outside of tight end, because he did have Mark Andrews. But Drake London is easily the best wide receiver that Lamar ever had if he get down.
Ever.
Kyle Pitts is the best wide receiver that he's ever had.
No,
he ain't no tight end.
I mean, you can't. The way that Mark Andrews played some of his tenure there with Lamar, you could say that he really won't, because he was, everything too.
And I think the fact that we about to get up out of here. I think the fact that what's the owner name in the Falcons again? It was on the tip of my
Arthur Blank.
Arthur Blank. I was about to say Artie Moreno, but I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Arthur Blank.
He definitely remembers the feeling they had when they had Mike Vick, bro.
Of course he does.
This one don't fight dogs. You know it.
You know he don't have
He's
no,
been-
yeah.
That's what he said. Can I trust them?
He's been in the league long enough.
So this is my thing. You owe it to yourself to do the due diligence, bro.
Yeah,
you got
and that's why I said I know that when they named Desmond Ridder the starter, they like, hey,
but we got
to do it. We got to do it because people are questioning it. But this is gonna buy. Remember what I said after the draft. This shit gonna heat up because now
they got a big arm though. That's Notre Dame, right?
Nah, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati? Oh no,
Yeah.
never mind.
But my thing about that is like just do your due diligence. Like I get it. You may not even get them. And I get it. And if you don't get them, hey, Desmond really got to understand, bro. I ain't Lamar.
That's the little guy that can move around.
Nah, Desmond Ridder like 6'4". He big. He just skinny. Yeah, Desmond like.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't like a skinny QB. That's a little guy.
Nah, he tall. He about 6'4".
They had enough time with Matty Ice to rekindle, redo their image after the Michael Vick days.
Oh yeah, too long with Matty Ice.
But you got to know the feel. Arthur Blake got to understand that feeling. He's like, if you put Lamar back in Atlanta,
the city, bro, the Dracos is gonna be out, bro.
And this is how even before Jim Irsay said anything, I knew Lamar Jackson wasn't gonna go to Indy because they quarterback history.
Yeah,
Lamar don't fit that. They gave Jacoby Brissett a chance out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all the quarterbacks after.
Yeah,
Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
I looked at this crazy, but then I thought about it. This is not a wild statement.
It's not.
Not at all.
I know.
They don't have a great.
It's just a nostalgia feeling that Vic.
You always want to be like, nah, Michael Vick, but then you got to realize what Matt you got to remember what Matt Ryan did.
They got him to the Super Bowl, so you know,
and he was in the playoffs before, and he had
playoff
MVP and
So I know we wanted.
He's a good quarterback all the way to recently.
Yeah, he definitely he overstayed his welcome. We do understand that, but like I said, that's that. I've thought about it. I'm like, I want to snap. Like, nah, but you had to sit back and realize and be like, you know what?
And it's not like that franchise is known for just having great. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's it.
Exactly. They had two, bro.
That's it.
I mean, they drafted Favre when they cut him, but they had two that really played.
They got rid of Favre immediately and
early.
Said that man name.
Your Wranglers don't. Wranglers don't go in Atlanta, dog.
He ain't know. They told him he didn't know what nickel was, and so they say we can get his ass out of here.
Go get some cheese, dog.
He say, well, yeah, nickel defense. Yeah, don't worry about
it. He said nickel defense. We call them something else in Mississippi.
That's the
we don't call them nickels down in Mississippi.
Why? Only let's tell him about the gun line, bro.
The gun line, bro.
Hey, listen, we got to get up out of here. So I'm sorry, but I got definitely, wifey definitely I got to go. But y'all know y'all can catch us on all major podcast platforms. 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. I'm Hill. That's Cannon. That's AJ. Y'all the fools. And we out.
Yeah.